After a long day of being pulled in every direction, the last thing anyone wants to think about is what's for dinner. That's where Schwann's can help, with a variety of real food choices, frozen to lock in freshness. From ready-made meals, premium meats and side dishes, to vegetables, ice cream, and more. Schwann's foods go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours, so you can pull off a delicious meal in no time at all. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. To help simplify mealtime, visit schwanns.com.
At Domino's, we're more than pizza, so mix it up with our specialty chicken, stuffed cheesy bread, sandwiches, pastas, medium two-topping pizzas, and more for just $5.99 each, and we'll mix stand-up comedy with a robot.
Stuffed cheesy bread and my act have a lot in common. They're both super cheesy. Tough crowd.
You can also mix it up with Domino's salads, marbled cookie brownie, bread twist, and medium two-topping pizzas. Order any two or more for just $5.99 each. 2-item minimum. Bone-in wings, handmade pan pizza, and bread bowl pasta will be extra. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Stupid stuff I do all day. Hi, this is Jim the Keys bartender coming to you from the Catch Restaurant here in beautiful Key Largo. I'm joined here by my co-host, Bill Wissinger.
Hi, how y'all doing?
And also our perennial guest, Mr. Luke Summers. I like to use all your names.
Glenn.
It's actually Luke Summer Glenn, but that's okay.
Who has a fine new cowboy hat.
Yes, he does. A nice, is it a hemp hat?
No, this is just a regular old Stetson.
Okay.
I couldn't afford the hemp version.
Dude, they hit you double for those. Man, that's more than like a 20X fur hat. They really get you for the hemp ones.
We'll probably have to do a whole show on hats. But this show is going to be called, the title of it's going to be, No, I Won't Hold the Pickle, Sir. And it's about sexual harassment. Recently, I think last week we were toying around with the ideas of, I took an impromptu poll whether I was more a creeper or a pervert, and I got the pervert.
Got perv, yeah.
Perv. I got perv.
Yeah, perv seemed to be acceptable. Perv was you were generally just a little weird. Well, creepers the unacceptable.
Well, in recent weeks and months, there's been a wave of sexual harassment. The issues came out. First, there's Fox News Network. And then, you had Bill O'Reilly, Roger Ailes. And then, we had Bill Cosby before it. That was assault. And Clinton was before that. And now we have Harvey Weinstein and National Public Radio. And also we have guys. It seems to be all guys. But, it's not
Kevin
only
Spacey,
Kevin
man.
Spacey. Well, I want to hold on. I got a story. Kevin Spacey.
Oh, I missed that, man.
Boy, no, but it was to men.
Oh, that's weird.
He was doing it. And it's like the whole world has been running on Mad Men the last 50 years, right?
Well,
so you go into,
well, yeah, some of us have.
You know what? There's been a lot of exposure lately. No pun intended. No, it isn't. And I didn't write that down.
Who was the senator?
They exposed himself?
Oh, the one that was sent. No, the one that sends pics to all the.
That was the guy from New York. He was married to Hillary Clinton's chief of staff.
Yeah, what was his name?
Not Weinstein.
No, I want to say Weinstein.
No, it's another. I hate to say it's another Jewish guy.
Jewish guy.
Yeah.
Don't send pictures
whatever.
But
whatever with that. The thing that brought it is it's kind of. I think it's a good time for that. Women, if they've been going to it, and if it's underreported and they're afraid of hitting that glass ceiling, that's an issue. But I was in Office Depot today and had some friends behind me, guys I know in Rotary, and this guy Donnie is coming up behind me real quick, and he has something in his hand like a box of thing, and he's poking me in the lower back, and I go, "Hey, back off, Kevin Spacey."
Oh, there you go.
I mean, it actually was funny that way. It's not funny to what Kevin Spacey did to the boys, and not that sexual harassment is a funny.
Well, Charlie Sheen, when he was 19, he supposedly ass raped Corey Haim on the set of.
There we go.
Right
over the top
or something. Or
there we go.
Corey Haim. What? So
Corey Haim was 13, and Charlie Sheen smoked some pot with him, and then butt fucked him, and then when Corey went back for more, Charlie wouldn't have nothing to do with him because he was trying to hit on the chick in the movie.
There you go.
Well, that's an
why I don't
interesting.
go to Hollywood.
That's a little interesting vignette from Luke.
So,
who says Luke doesn't bring anything to the table?
I would have never known.
The Charlie Sheen story. Well, we're going to get in that a little later. I have other stories, and I think what happens is because of these harassment allegations coming out, and it's so widespread, and the breadth is deep and wide, and no pun intended, a lot of things are happening, and we have to self-examine how we say things to people and what we're doing. I have to think about what I'm doing. Am I putting someone else in that position? But we want to start. I want to bring my friend Daryl over
$20
here.
if you go up and Goose.
No. That's it. Okay, that's good. We're not going to do that, Daryl.
That's not even sexual harassment.
I know,
that's just
know.
watching Jim get his butt kicked.
I wouldn't do that though. I don't do that. I've really never
There's no
grabbed.
switch,
I grab
it's just always on.
I grab my wife's ass.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend's, but that's pretty much
it. There might be a little
while
more
they're my
resistance.
girlfriend, but that's it. And I don't mean to bring you in this right on the ass end of this story, but we were doing a pit stop party for the Meeting of the Minds, at the
Pirates on the
Caribbean
Water.
Club last Tuesday. And earlier in the day, I was out shopping, doing something, and I walk outside Doc's Diner. I had breakfast at Doc's, and I look at the remedies, and I see on the front, CBD. And right before that, in the morning, I was looking it up because my wife has problems with her digestion, and I thought, we're big into home remedies and stuff like that, and I heard a lot of great things about CBD. And while we're at the Meeting of the Minds, there's all these. I'm looking at the pit stop party at the Caribbean Club. Right on the table in front of us, there's CBDs, and there's literature. And I met this gentleman right here, Daryl. Please introduce yourself.
Thanks for having me on board, guys, today. I'm Daryl George, and my company is Nutrition. Website is nutrition.com. That's
There
nutrition
you go.
with the new you. It's all about the new you. You can truly be healthy. And for 6 months this year, I ran Remedies Nutrition. Wonderful, wonderful company. Wonderful owners, Gene and Maria Lentz. One of the best herbal supplements, or one of the herbal supplements that help people more than anything else, is CBD. CBD oil, CBD capsule, CBD lotion. Very, very interesting, and it's a new knowledge, new industry for the general public.
Let's dispel some of the misinformation about it. First of all, what it's not. It's not. It doesn't have THC in it. It won't get you high. It is legal because it doesn't have that banned substance in it. And how is CBD? How is the product or the chemical extracted for your products?
Well, there's a lot. There's very, very important information. We won't go into all of it right now, but it's from the hemp plant. The cannabis plants are the hemp plant and the marijuana plant. Marijuana has a larger amount of THC and a smaller amount of CBD. The hemp plant has a larger amount of CBD and a smaller amount of THC. So with 10,000 pounds of pressure per square inch with a gas called CO2, they force out all of the THC, leaving all of the cannabinoids and the phytonutrients, the minerals. There's over 100 cannabinoids that are beneficial to our health. THC is only one of them. And why it's not a bad thing to not have THC is because CBD is like the commander general of all of those cannabinoids, and in telling the other properties such as THC when to work, when not to work. And CBD actually encourages your brain to produce the proper amount of THC that your body needs once we get the endocannabinoid nervous system back working as it should.
Okay, let's talk about some of the things that CBD can address. That
Good explanation.
You can treat with CBDs. Let's go through some list of those things.
Okay, first of all, why it can address so many things is because the endocannabinoid nervous system, it modulates, moderates, and helps almost every functioning system in the body. So what it does is it is created to create a balance, a homeostasis, a condition that the body can heal itself properly. And so it will help with pain. It will help with seizures, epilepsy. It will help with MS. It will help with anxiety, mood disorders, sleep disorders. It will help with with digestion. It'll help with your skin and bone. All the functioning systems in our body that are not working properly because of stress, because of our immune system being down and so forth, once there's a balance created so that these functioning systems in our body can start healing themselves, it's a hyper anti-inflammatory, and inflammation is pretty much the start and the cause of most diseases.
And this is it's a non-narcotic. I just wanted to stress that, and it's non-addictive. And you did mention that they use it. You can use it actually to wean people off opioids, right?
Absolutely. There's a lot of studies on alcoholism. It helps inhibit that addictive trigger that's in the brain. So many different things. When I was working at Remedies, a lady with epilepsy. Now she's on the 4th month and hasn't had a seizure since she started taking it. We had a couple that couldn't get pregnant for an extensive period of time after 3 months. Pregnant. Why? Probably got rid of the inflammation in her tubes. Interesting. Ones with herniated discs. They had trouble walking upstairs, even just moving properly. Now the pain is gone so that they can play sports.
Oh,
Very
it sounds
awesome,
like
because
it sounds like it
I
can
gave
treat a
up-
lot of things that
I
you
gave-
have going
yes,
on.
I gave
Yeah, a
up
lot of
tobacco
musculoskeletal.
That's Luke.
5 or 6 months ago. And the only thing that
Dude.
got me when I was nicotine and I went cold turkey, the only thing that worked was smoking some pot, man.
And he
only
was
way I stayed off tobacco.
he was miserable for what, 3 weeks.
Oh,
He
it
just
was
bitey.
horrible.
Hey Luke, how
But
you doing?
you still Jones for the
Okay.
tobacco.
Well, this is and there are, and I'm not. Hopefully, we can get that legalized across the. So it's not a federal thing, but it's right now the cannabinoids and luckily we have an educated audience, and they won't think we're talking about cannibals, because there's some people listen and they hear cannabinoids and they
there you
think
go.
it's some outer space.
A little bit of
but
long
it's actually
pig.
what?
A little bit of long pig.
Long pig?
Long pig.
God, I have. Okay, this is from different worlds. I don't
I
know.
only
what long
eat
pig is.
females.
Long
Okay.
pig. Yeah, never
No,
mind.
but we're,
got started.
I know that we did sidetrack.
We're not
Where
gonna
can
get
people
you up
get
with third
information
world
on the
stuff.
lawn pig?
Long. L-O-N-G.
Is that humans when you
long
eat human?
pig.
Lawn pig?
Long pig.
Okay. We don't want to associate cannibals with cannabinoids.
Absolutely
How can they get information from a company? Where do they go?
They can go to my website, nutrition.com, Nutrition. It's nutrition with the new U. They can go to PubMed. They can go to Google Scholar. There are hundreds and hundreds, even thousands of study research articles on CBD, cannabinoids, and how it works with and without THC, and how the cannabis plants truly do get the body balanced and back into homeostasis.
Yeah, and hopefully that we can get the word out to more people, and eventually there'll be a day where people can get these things that are less are based in less chemical manipulated compounds that you get there, where we don't have as many side effects, because some of these chemical, some of these pharmaceuticals,
The painkillers kill me.
Yeah, there's
Well,
things.
there's more side effects than there are benefits.
Yeah.
Where you have natural plants, such as the CBD, that is a natural compound, organic, non-GMO.
And-
It's not a drug. It is a food that then your body uses, and if your body needs to be lifted up, it lifts it up. If your body needs to be pulled down, it pulls it down naturally without side effects.
And
Absolutely
you get
no side
the
effects.
people that poo-poo things and say, hey, there are natural things that are dangerous, like arsenic and all that stuff. But these things we know from long times of use. Hemp has been a staple in human products. During the Revolutionary War, we made paper, rope, even clothing you could make with hemp and all that stuff. And the
Hemp for victory.
The cannabis plants were used in modern medicine until the 30s.
yeah, and then
Until the
they made-
pharmaceuticals decided that they wanted to control and corner in the
Harry
market
Ann
with money.
Slinger said a bunch of crap that wasn't true, like marijuana make a black man look at a white woman twice.
Yeah, there was a-
and all this stuff is in the congressional records, man. It was a total racist
There you
law.
go. What's
Yeah.
what's
in
that
the first
movie?
place. And the
Before-
Hearst family,
what's the
they had
movie?
bought all those trees so they could print their newspapers, and they didn't want the hemp industry competing with them.
Oh,
That's
so
right,
the Hearst
that's right.
used their considerable influence and money to buy the government, basically.
Run the
Okay,
dollars
but let's
around.
get back to where they can go. That website once again, Derek.
Nutrition.com. Nutrition.com, or they can call toll free 833-NUTRITION. That's 833-688-7884.
And we're going to thank our friend Daryl for coming in and going over this with us.
Thank you, Daryl. That was actually
we do appreciate that.
Bill,
Was
Jim, Luke,
informative.
thanks. I enjoyed it very, very much.
I do this as a service for our people. We don't get anything for this. We're way before the, and I would not want to. Well, I guess if it's big enough, we would take. But I really want to provide benefit.
Come on,
and that's why we do
we
the
have
charitable
no shame.
stuff.
We'll take money for anything.
We're doing the Toys for Tots.
Well, yes,
and
we do a lot
we're
of charitable
collecting here.
stuff.
Nutrition can join in on some of this, these charitable events.
Oh, they
so
will.
We can talk about that later.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. We
catch
have
up
some
with you.
people from there. We got Toys
We're
for
starting
Tots.
to do
We
a
got
lot of benefits,
Yeah,
especially
it's
now after
benefit
the
season.
hurricane and stuff. And
yeah. That's great. Well, we'll stay in touch. We want to thank you. We'll give you credit for that. Leave your card so I can put it in there.
Absolutely.
So
All
I'll
right.
put it on the
Thanks,
website. I'm going to put it in with the in the show notes. We want to get back to. It was funny. We're going to get back to the main topic. Daryl, we're going to ask.
Thanks, Daryl. We appreciate you.
Listen, Daryl, could you ask? There's a girl over there in blue. Her name's Alicia. Could you ask her to come over here? Thanks. That's Alicia. Hey, Cheryl. Try to tap her on the shoulder. Here. We need to bring in women on this, and Dan can come over and sit down. Sit down if they'd like to.
Come on, bring all the women over.
Come on. That's Alicia coming. We're talking about sexual harassment.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
No, you cannot do it, and we don't want to rate it.
No.
Let's
Thanks
get
for
her a
coming
chair.
out. Hi, Alicia. Alicia, are you familiar with Luke and Bill? You met Bill, right? Bill Wissinger. It's Alicia.
Good to see you, Alicia.
Alicia B. Good. This is Cheryl. And we're going to ask our other friends to come over eventually too. But we started a show. The title of the show is "No, Sir, I Won't Hold the Pickle." It's about sexual harassment. Over the last couple of months, it's actually been brought to the forefront, and I like that.
It's been on the news every day.
No, but they did that because my daughter's 11 years old, and I don't like the power imbalance and the way it was treated and stuff like that. Here, put that up there, Alicia. And I told a story. I mean, you're in the beginning we hear Roger Ailes, Bill O'Reilly. There was Bill Clinton. I mean, it hits every political spectrum.
Oh,
Bill
every
Cosby.
president.
I had that. Bill
Johnson.
Trump.
Johnson.
Bush Senior. And gay
Junior.
and what gay people doing. And it seems to be males at the stories because Kevin Spacey. NPR at NPR. The news director at NPR left. National Public Radio. A bastion of progressiveness, right?
Did they pay him off to leave, or what? Because
No, there were accusations. There was accusations, and there were complaints about him. So it's not a thing you can hold to a conservative liberal. It runs the whole spectrum of political beliefs. I'm sure if we had went from fascist to communist, that thing. You'd
I
have
bet there'd
that
be a
same
few more
level.
fascist.
Well, a few more? No. I don't believe it. I believe that it is a behavior of a group of people. It's a learned behavior. I think it's a learned behavior.
Yeah.
When they used to do commercials. Remember this? You won't remember, but there was a commercial about anti-smoking. Cheryl, remember that? Could you? The one where the father is they're washing a car. The father picks up the hose and sprays the car. The son picks up his water pistol and sprays it. The father picks up a beer. The kid picks up his soda and he drinks it. And then the father picks up a cigarette. And then the son picks up the cigarette. Meaning it's monkey see, monkey do.
It's
and environment and whether you're going to speak out against it and things like that. It does happen. And it happens in all sorts of behaviors, but in this particular behavior, sexual harassment. If you're sitting in a group of people and a joke's told, right, at someone's expense, and let's say it's degrading to women, or it could be degrading. Obviously, if it's a group of women, they could do it. It does. I mean, I'd had my balls grabbed by women and men. Now, I guess we're socialized as guys that we're not offended by because we're the aggressors. So you're like, hey, look at this. Someone's grabbing. But you know what? It's uninvited.
I think
So
a
if it's
guy
uncomfortable?
just went after Mariah Carey yesterday after a sexual harassment lawsuit. So I think men are going to start coming forward as well. But yeah, we do notice it more.
Just like spousal abuse, you'll always find, maybe you'll find there's going to be a certain level because there's so many people out there where there's people that abuse the wives and things like that. But there's wives that abuse their husbands or partners. But it doesn't change the culture of it and reporting of it. It used to be years ago, domestic abuse, people wouldn't talk about it. And I think that's happened if you see the show Mad Men. There was a culture of it. And he kind of came up with this idea in the 50s that everything was pure and stuff like that. Not necessarily true. It's been going on for a long time, and now it's coming out. We know there was a casting couch. They talked about the casting couch in the 30s and 20s.
What is it called?
The casting couch. A starlet comes to Hollywood, and the movie mogul, the director, the casting couch is where we go and screw the actress and stuff like that.
So it's a lot of sexual harassment in the workplace, and because
It's a power
women
imbalance.
don't want to come forward because they're in fear of losing their jobs, they won't go forward with it.
Yeah.
Correct? So is this are we talking about?
It's physical. It's a physical dominance thing. It's a power imbalance. I mean, a power imbalance could be between a woman and a man, right?
Right.
But it's primarily been because of the way the society is here. It's men on top and women below. No pun intended there. And it's not a laughing matter,
thing,
but
man.
the things that you see now, like I was saying, Donnie Griffin came up behind me at Office Depot, and he hit me. He was carrying a paper, and he hit me in the lower back. And I said, "Back off, Kevin Spacey."
Oh, see,
Because
now that's
Kevin
funny.
Spacey. That is funny.
I would've
That
laughed.
is
You know
funny.
what? And because I was accusing a guy who wasn't, and
Well, you said you came
we
back
can
at
go
him
in
with a
humor.
joke.
We are.
That was like a defense
Yes.
mechanism as
and,
a joke.
and we don't joke about when you take. We don't joke about the victims. There's enough victim blame, but there's a lot of. It's funny from the point that the person's denying it. When Harvey Weinstein first came up, he said, I was born in the 60s. I came of age in the 60s, and this is what we did.
Well,
This
it's not
is
the
what we did.
60s anymore. That's what
I know,
that's
you were
what everybody
60s.
has to get used to.
I was born in the 1300s, and I was a Viking. Well, we landed on a beach, and then we raped all the women, and then we killed the men.
Remember,
and took all their things.
Pillage, then burn.
Yeah, whatever
Pillage,
order it is
then
and stuff like
burn.
that. That's a lame excuse, because if you reasonably ask someone, if you were in you had a business relationship or a social relationship, should you take advantage of them without? Well, you should take advantages without being complicit or an agreement, like saying I do not agree in what's going on. So it's a power disparity in either physical or perceived, and what do you do about it?
The best way to judge a man is to look at how he deals with people that he doesn't have to deal with.
Yes. So with this, we have to re-examine what we're talking about when we're talking to women. When I'm working, I'm a 54-year-old man. There's a 22-year-old cocktail waitress. Not so much here. Not a joke.
Okay,
I'm
now
sorry.
wait a minute. Okay.
Okay.
Don't you think some women take it out of context because they want the attention, or poor me, he looked at me, he grabbed my arm, and I'm going to
Are we
file-
creating that atmosphere? Is that how they're supposed to get attention?
I
No,
think that
I-
happens a lot too.
I've seen
actually
that.
seen that happen a
Well,
lot.
we
touched my
the
arm.
blaming the victim thing. See
Yeah,
what
but
happens when
How many
when you
women
do
If
that.
she didn't look
have
so
men
hot, I
talking?
wouldn't have pinched
I've
her
never been
ass.
oh, hey, I've never like men are just so hands-on. Like,
Right.
Their love language is physical touch. But I also don't understand why I'll be sitting close and more men will do this to me
Right.
or something. Women don't do that. So,
You ever seen the
It's
videos?
true.
You ever seen the videos of Tokyo subways?
Oh, dude.
What
That's
is it
some
called?
weird
Guys,
shit.
Subways in Tokyo.
That is
Oh.
some weird
With the way
shit.
they are with women,
No,
they
know a
rub
little bit
on
about
them.
what-
They rub their bodies on them. They touch them and stuff like that. It's
I've never
It
seen
is
that.
not-
they also have
Okay, well,
vending
get-
machines with
yeah.
For-
used panties.
yeah.
in
Oh, we
them.
had that discussion before.
did?
The vending
Okay.
machine with you. No, wait. Did we have that on
Yeah,
our
we
show?
had that discussion.
Someone came on our show and said that.
Yeah.
And the
That's
And you know,
bad.
and the
it's
Philippines
probably
make that look
it's
mild.
no, but I think it's much like artificial flavors. You know what I mean? I would say, what simulates a 15-year-old girl that's a gymnast? Well, what you do is you take some
Yeah,
witch
no,
hazel
stop,
and
stop.
wait. I'm not saying anything
No, I-
about them.
I don't even
I'm saying
wanna
it's a
know
com-
what your
wait a
idea
second.
is.
Okay, there's my idea is.
Okay, witch hazel?
No, well, no, I'm not saying that.
No,
I'm
I
saying
really
is
wanna know
when
what your
they-
recipe
When
is.
they try to approximate orange taste in a candy, we're off subject right now. Orange taste in a candy. They don't use orange. They use something else that simulates orange.
I've never done research on it.
It's
so I don't
chemical.
really know
It's
what
chemical.
they
Or they don't use
Artificial
orange.
flavors.
They don't use orange in orange
Sounds like you
candy.
bought a pair
They use
before.
something. No. And listen, I
High
was
five. There you go.
plenty popular with the ladies, and if they wanted to, they could, and they have, and I've been in trouble. I knew they used to leave them behind to get you in trouble if they thought you
Marking
had
territory.
if they thought you had a girlfriend,
Got to stuff them way down on the
and they
couch.
put it inside the underneath the mattress. Oh, man.
Oh yeah, they always.
time
That's
I had
the
like
last-
three
that's
of
the
them
last
underneath
place
the
a man
mattress.
will work.
Yeah.
And I said, who do you think is changing? I'm the one that cleans my sheets. What do you think I'm? And I did it at least once every 6 months. No, I did it more than that, I think. But that's not the case. When I'm talking about self-examination, and I'll talk about some of my experiences, and if anybody else would like to share, mine happen to be more, there's a couple women doing it and stuff like that, but I guess that's pedophilia if he's your Boy Scout master,
No.
grabbing your ass.
No,
Grabbing ass. I'm not saying he didn't do any. Didn't do with that Corey
ju-
Haim
ju-
and
just the thought,
Charlie
man, no.
Sheen thing. But he invited me over to play basketball on his sleepover, and he said, "No, you're not going to sleep on the floor. You're going to sleep in a bed."
Yeah,
And
no,
as soon
no,
as the
no.
hand crept on my leg, I got up and left.
That's
How
great.
old were you?
I was 12. I was
Oh, yeah.
also
See, that's
5'10"
also
at the
wrong,
time. I was about the
wrong.
same size as the guy. So I said, "Hey, this isn't going down."
Yeah, but you
What
knew
did you
better
say
to
to
say
him?
that.
No, I did not. I just felt comfortable. I didn't know it was a thing. I did not know that was a thing. I didn't know that guys at that time. I didn't realize. 12 years old. I didn't realize guys like guys.
So did you go home and did you tell your mom
No,
or your
I
dad
did not.
about it?
I didn't tell
You
anybody. I found out years later when there was a news report about a guy getting arrested, and he did it for. I was 30 years old, so that man he kept on doing it for 18 years.
So how come you didn't tell anybody about it?
I didn't
why
even
didn't
realize
you?
it until I read the article.
So that's another way of social conditioning that you're just talking about. Is that like,
I thought grab ass was grab ass.
But you
and
went
then-
home.
and then I
you
realized
left there
this guy.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I
And-
never thought about it again. So
Okay.
it wasn't like you shut down. You just don't know. And now that they know about it, that's why I'm saying I'd like it that my daughter's 11 years old and we could talk to her and say, "This is wrong. You don't do this. We don't do this. Gentlemen don't do this." And if you're approached by that, you just shut it down and walk out. Go someplace else. Tell an adult. But not, or with boys, other little boys. I hear there's horrible things. I had a mom come in and tell me.
Whatever happened to playing
at
doctor?
the
That was
sophomore
supposed
dance.
to be normal. You know, everybody
No,
else
at the
showed me.
sophomore
I'll
dance,
show you mine.
the
you
girl
show
When
me
said-
you're
yours, you know.
teenagers,
The
I mean,
teenager,
Well, no,
the
this is
teenager,
not
when
the
an
teenage
adult
daughter
is-
sent
I'm
to the
talking about when
boy.
you're a little kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5, 6-year-olds
yeah.
Look.
playing doctor.
This 14, 15-year-old girl sent a text message to this boy. Say, "Listen, yes, I'll go out. I will not touch your dick. I will not suck your dick. I will not be." And that's literally what she wrote.
There you go.
But she must have been approached before to have to respond that way. I like that way that someone's empowered that they would go and do that. I didn't know that
I didn't
stuff
grow up
happened.
thinking
I
that either.
belonged to a fraternity.
Yeah.
I belonged to a fraternity, and I didn't know after I left, when I went in the Navy, that they had to go and start teaching people. You have to ask people to have sex. Because I knew you could you ask them. I said, "How else do you have sex?" Well, you just go in to start having sex?
Yeah, right?
You're going to know, what are you doing? You want to come over? Yeah, we're going to place. Yeah, we want. And then you start kissing and stuff like that, and you both take your clothes off and stuff like that. And that's happened. But it wasn't a disparity where you go and say, you took someone else's clothes off. You don't take someone else's clothes off unless they ask you to. Undress me.
There you go.
You know?
Well, that's always fun.
I didn't know they had to teach those things. So unless you're in a specific room for it, and I was in a fraternity that had female members, not little sisters, full voting members. You looking at me like that? Full voting members. Can I have that same? So they were full voting sisters.
I missed my window of opportunity.
Where they voted. We came of age in the 60s, and they were in every meeting. It wasn't like they kept out so many. We inducted members. They were there and all that stuff. They weren't the cleanup party afterwards. We didn't have little sisters. We had sisters and brothers. And just didn't happen in our group. I didn't know. And then I hear, what? I knew there were such a things as gang rape and things like that. But once you start saying that you could treat someone a little different because you think they might be different or they deserve it, then there's a perception that you're creating. And the people that are around you, if you say, this guy I admire believes this, if you don't shut him down, you're complicit.
Well, when I was in high school, I was the Child Care Club Sweetheart and the Kiet Club Sweetheart. They got me a jersey with the
What is the
heart on
Child
the back.
Club Sweetheart?
It's, when you have your organization and you pick the sweetheart, like the Key Club. I was in Key Club, and so we had a girl that was our sweetheart,
Okay.
Club
What's in the Key?
Sweetheart.
What did the Key Club do?
We got drunk, and we smoked a lot of dope. We got kicked out of Disney
Wait,
World.
how old were
They
you?
gave us money to
16.
Oh.
High school
What was
age.
really weird is he was 40 years old in the high school.
In high school. In the
Yeah,
Key
yeah.
Club.
So the thing is,
They gave us money to
Would it
paint
be
all
all
the
right to
stuff
ask
in the school, and
questions?
we went and
Sure.
spent it on a cake
okay,
party.
in order to get a random question, we brought this wheel.
Oh, okay.
no.
Okay,
Oh.
we're going to start with Cheryl.
We got the wheel of questioning.
Okay, I have a wheel here, and we just spin it, and I put some numbers on it. Oh, it's
12.
Question 12. Oh my God, this is right in there. Are these questions a form of sexual harassment?
Who's this
Both
going
of
to?
you. Are these
Are
questions?
these that you're asking us?
I don't know.
These
I'm not
questions
gonna,
are
there's
here?
nothing bold in there that you're going to
You
get
want us
at.
to read? Okay.
No, are these questions sexual harassment?
I don't know.
So far, you can't really answer that.
Ask
Hit the
it.
wheel. I'll ask again. Keep that in the forefront of your mind. We're going to ask Alicia this time, next one. Bill, here we go. So what I did is I came
Big
up.
money, big money, big money.
One. Okay, don't answer this unless you. Have you felt that you've ever been touched without your consent, other than a brushing?
Definitely. But I was
How'd that
raised.
make you feel?
Yeah, I was raised by my father, so I've always had more of a dominant personality, I think, and very comfortable. Actually, I kind of feel more comfortable telling a man how I. Like, hey, don't do that. But like, what the hell, Or even, I'll tell you this story.
hell's
This
wrong
is
with
just
you, boy?
recent. So
Smack.
I'm almost 30
Yeah.
years old. I was at Snappers, and I was the new girl, the new waitress, right? And I'm actually a mental health counselor and a yoga instructor. So I'm in between jobs. I'm like, oh gosh, going back to hospitality. This is gonna be awful. And a guy came up to me and looked at me, and he said, oh, hey, what's your name? And literally, did an over-exaggerated, look me down from my eyes all the way down. And it wasn't Alicia. It was the yoga instructors working here. The yoga instructors working here. Everybody knew my name. And I literally came out because I was in shock. I literally was like, what the hell? And I went outside, and I was like, hey, my name's Alicia, by the way. That was, and I kind of said some words that were a little aggressive back because I just wanted to stand my ground, but I was literally in shock. That was sexual harassment to me in a way.
Was the guy intoxicated?
No,
it doesn't
he was
matter.
working.
It was working?
Yes, it was in a workplace
Hey,
environment.
when I asked intoxicated, that's inappropriate too.
Well, maybe
But
he
it-
was. I don't if
Yeah,
he
you
was
made me
working.
think.
I don't know. We're
He
in
was
the,
working at
Here we
Snappers.
go.
He could have been hammered.
Yeah.
Jim's choice is what came up.
Oh, Jim's choice? Okay. Now, this is sexual harassment. Is there a person you wouldn't mind doing something inappropriate with you?
Is there a person that I wouldn't mind doing?
Yeah, a famous person.
Oh, absolutely. I'd
See,
screw
is that
Brad
what-
Pitt
okay,
in
now
a
isn't
minute.
that backpedaling? Isn't that backpedaling without
Absolutely.
consent?
Well,
Make an
Do
assumption.
you-
What,
are you
because then-
asking if she wants to be sexually harassed by a famous
Yeah.
person? But you
Yeah.
said doing something inappropriate.
oh,
with, like,
see, that's a different.
you have to.
That's different, Jim.
That's different.
Okay, then answer that question.
You can't rape the willing.
You know what?
See,
It
you
just
stop and
depends
you're thinking
on
about
the,
it.
It depends on the famous.
Who's
I mean,
the person?
I guess I don't know.
Who's the
let's,
person?
let's give her a scenario.
Take a
What-
person.
Who's somebody
Who's
that,
the person?
Brad Pitt.
Okay, Brad Pitt come up and grab you by the breast.
I'd probably hit him.
Okay,
I
that's
would be a
good.
little
That's
offended,
the
too.
answer. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if he came up and small talked you for
I'm
a
gonna
little
spin
bit
for-
and you got a
I'm
little
That's
creamy
different.
in the
Bill.
crotch and then he
That's
wanted
different.
to. Yeah, okay.
But if he came up and grabbed, I mean, I've been grabbed before, and I've hit guys before. So.
No, but this. But
I
the
always
reason
hate
I
when a
asked
girl
that
punches
question
me on the
is
ass
that when
and
someone
grabs
says,
my
well,
butt hairs and
when
pulls them,
the
that hurts
president,
like a
remember at the
motherfucker.
rallies when someone had a picture, Mr. Hey Donald, you can grab me by the P word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Said it. But there you go.
Okay.
And he said, when you're a star, you can get a what?
Yeah,
what
get
when
away
you're
with
a star?
it. Okay,
When
9.
you're famous, I'll let you do anything.
9.
Yeah.
Okay, this is yours.
I think that's just it's a lack of respect. It's
Okay,
a lack
Alicia.
of bad upbringing.
Okay.
I was taught to if you said a crossword to my mom, my dad would
Okay.
punch
And
you,
God
That's
forbid-
right.
We're
bust
talking
your
about
fucking lip. You didn't do that shit.
We're talking about sexual harassment, though. Is there somebody, because of their career or their vocation, that you would believe less if they accuse someone of sexual harassment?
Oh yeah.
No,
I'm talking- I'm asking Alicia.
I don't think so. I think
Well, look
this
at
is
a
a tough
priest.
question
You
because
should believe them.
No, not the accuser. Not the accused, the accuser.
no.
There's no one good. That's a good answer.
Even if you're a sex worker, which
That's
is
right.
Well-
that's the term, sex worker, not prostitute anymore. Even
I think
so,
that's morally. I think that's morally consistent to say something like that.
Oh.
Phil, spin it. Your turn.
For example, a little boy accusing a priest.
Yeah.
Well, that's
no,
the
I
accused-
actually thought.
that's-
Yeah, I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah.
All right, I have to run and go to work.
There you go.
Don't harass anybody.
I always do.
Oh, I say guys. Okay, what do you got? Number 4.
Luke's going to be at the Pilot House tonight.
the pilot house.
The
yeah.
pilot house. He's going
With,
to be at the pilot.
Uncle Smokey. Uncle Smokey.
Sure.
That's
Uncle
funny you
Smokey,
say
Luke
in the middle of
Lindman.
sexual harassment, you want to talk about Uncle Smokey. That sounds like a creepy old guy. What is the
It is a
least
creepy old
overt?
guy.
What's the least overt thing that would you call the level of harassment, where it moves into that? Let's say brushing against somebody accidentally isn't. What's that first step for you?
That I would call sexual harassment.
Yeah, what's the one that gets into it? Like you brush up, what is it?
I mean, they would.
You don't feel it? Do you ever think about that?
No, I mean they would. I don't know. That's a hard question because
What's the
some
okay?
You're
people-
asking us
then
what
I'm gonna
to
go.
measure?
Some people
What's
would think
the
this
what's
is
the
sexual
entry level for
harassment. I
it?
wouldn't.
But okay, what's the most overt you've experienced?
Oh, I've had someone grab me.
How'd they grab you?
They had me.
Don't tell me exactly.
No.
But did they grab you upper torso,
Yes.
lower torso?
Yep.
And they grabbed you and they palm on. Okay.
Wonk, wonk.
That's good enough. I'm not trying to get gratification from
Yeah.
it. It's not one of
Are
those
you
stories.
asking to like measure what the? What,
No.
'Cause I
But
think
because you got to,
sexual-
you really. It's sometimes it's in language, sometimes it's in word. In this case, I'm talking about physicality.
Oh, it's mostly been all verbal.
Okay.
Unless it is like what she said, like a
Right.
hand on the leg.
I've
which I'll
seen a guy put a hand under the seat when someone was sitting down.
Oh, I would.
Yeah, that's a little.
Yeah, I would freak
No,
out.
just put it, and they were just sitting there like that, and the person came back and they didn't pay attention.
Sit
and I'm
down.
saying, you know, in spirit, you're wrong. If you're literal, yes, the person sat on that,
Yeah.
but they were unaware. So you were wrong.
That still
the
gets you
spirit
broken
is. I mean, the
jaw.
spirit of it.
Okay,
'Cause
but
your
so then
intention
how
was.
far would someone take that? Because if I sat down and someone put their hand there, I'd probably get up and go, "Really, dude? What the fuck?
yeah.
Well,
Idiot!"
it's
and
it's part of a pattern of behavior, though, isn't it? You don't
I'm
think
gonna
so?
go up to guys when they sit down like this
And flick 'em in the
tonight.
nuts.
Should I just do that?
Oh, the a-hole? I wouldn't do. Hey, wait. I'm not. I'm one of the good guys. I'm one of the good guys.
So
Why-
I
you
think
would
I
let.
should.
So you would just sit. You would just sit down. You'd let me sexually harass you.
I think you should.
I agree. Wait.
I'm trying to turn this
I'm
around
on
because you
laugh
said
like hell.
I would. Wait, but see, like it definitely
No.
matters.
But like if you're on a crowded bus, people bump up against you.
Right.
But there is a sign where it isn't okay. That's
Dude,
the
there's
thing
a
where it
difference between
transitions.
bumping up against a girl and rubbing a boner on her.
Well, wait a second.
There's
There's a whole
actually
lot
a
of
fetish.
room. There's a
a
lot.
sexual fetish, and I've never worked with people, but it is like you just brush up against someone and then
Okay,
actually.
I'm gonna do this with Billy.
Okay. Are we going to spin the wheel?
You're saying bump into
and kind
and
of
then rub your
graze
boner.
their.
No, look at this.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird.
Don't do
okay,
that.
so that's weird. Do you call that sexual harassment? I wouldn't.
No, I just call that
I think
weird.
it's weird.
I think when you go
No,
up
that's
to
not
someone-
sexual
I don't
harassment.
think that's,
just
sexual
weird.
harassment. No, I think
What
it's
if
just
you
weird.
smelled lower?
You actually smell pretty good, man.
No, what
Well,
if you?
I did shower today with coconut shampoo, so it's probably
Let's
okay.
do one more since this isn't going really well because people got.
Let's spin this again.
Yeah, that's one more.
Let's see what we get
I don't
here.
think anybody's getting upset.
Okay, good.
No. We have
Okay,
number
10.
10.
Well, you said it already. I'm going to ask you. Can a look be? Can someone look like they're doing that? A look be harassing?
You know what? I would say no.
Oh.
I mean, unless
Okay.
I knew who. I mean, I would say if you look at me like you're gonna. Okay, look at me. I would just think
Yeah,
you're
but if a
like
man
weird.
So like this, my situation was a guy's like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And he literally like went like this.
So the guy's checking you out.
creepy.
Is he your boss?
No, he was just an employee.
But I don't.
Another-
I don't consider that sexual. He's not harassing you. He's just a creep.
This is
That's
the
my-
problem.
I guess-
This is
I
the
don't
problem
know,
sometimes
but I'm older
when
than you.
when
I don't
something
know.
happens. You know, when if where disagreements occur. And it's the reason why ERA was a hard time to get past, the Equal Rights
But
Amendment.
it was-
because people say, well, you don't really get the same pay because sometimes you get pregnant and you can't work.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
and
it
stuff
doesn't
like that.
matter.
No, I know, but that's where the equivocating
never had
goes
it.
on. But you know what I'm
Yes.
talking about. So that one, hit one at. Oh, there's one. You know what? Forget about the
thing
wheel
that-
now.
Forget about
I
the
wanted
wheel.
to
What is the
mention- I wanna
worst song
mention,
you
though-
know that is? This is
that
one-
last question, though, I really think that you should go back and talk about that because, like,
Look.
why do we have to let it become a physical thing? Like, the younger generations, why can't we teach females that to not allow it to get where stand up for yourself, where the look, because the next thing the look is going to turn into is a touch or.
Why-
potentially-
wait,
Can
wait,
you teach
why-
them to walk away? Because
No,
I
no,
would
wait,
laugh
wait a
at the
second.
person and walk away.
Wait a second. How about the boys?
Well, some
How about the
women
boys
wouldn't
not doing
laugh.
it?
I
Wait.
said something. Obviously, I'd said something, but some girls would just probably be like, ha ha ha.
how about the
or,
boys not
you know,
doing
like,
it?
and feel uncomfortable,
How-
and because their family or their dad
How
or
about
their
the
mom
boys
doesn't
not
empower
doing
them.
it? How about saying, hey, guys, this is not proper
Right.
behavior. This is not what your hero does.
Well, that's right. But some guys are
You
just.
know what? I'll tell you my hero.
But
I'll
you
tell
couldn't
your
go
hero.
to the police station and say, I want to file sex harassment
I could go to
charges against
HR though.
and
Hey.
say this guy's doing this.
Hey,
to me.
I was
They're
pretty
gonna be
sure.
Like, "Did he
Listen,
touch you?"
I
don't know.
One of the things that when I was growing up, I was Irish Catholic, right? I still am Irish Catholic, but was the Kennedys. And
Sure.
are they the poster children for sexual harassment? I mean, when your heroes fall, they fall hard, and that's where it fell hard. And if they fall hard, and you can say, "Hey, listen, they did some good things, but that behavior turns it off." I couldn't expect I have newer heroes now, and they haven't done that.
Right.
You know, another president you may not like, the previous president, I could never see him doing something like that. And he hasn't been accused of that. And Bill Clinton was accused all the time. I like Bill Clinton.
I like
But
Clinton
he
too.
did.
He's on
he
my
had,
top.
He had a pattern of behavior.
He is the top of my list for.
He had a pattern of
presidents I
behavior.
wanna
So what was he?
drink beer with.
Okay, we're getting towards the end. A couple minutes, but there's songs out there. I mean, rock songs and all that stuff that promote that. Do you know that, right? I can name
Yeah.
a couple off the top of my head. I didn't think about it too hard. One was by Aerosmith in the 70s. You know that song?
Well, I know
Big
Aerosmith.
10-inch.
Yeah, I know this song.
That's a
Big
great
tenant.
song.
I never.
Yeah,
heard-
no, one of the lines, "Suck on my big 10-inch."
Really.
Yeah.
Women
That's
love my
Aerosmith.
big 10-inch
What?
copy.
See, we
of
have
the
a
But
new-
see,
rhythm
back
and
then we
blues.
would never
What?
consider
Copy
that
of the
sexual
rhythm and
harassment.
Oh,
blues.
yeah, it's copy, yeah.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
that,
you can choose
but
what
I
you
didn't-
listen to, though. You can
That's,
choose the
no,
music.
that
you
is
There's other
not
one- there's other
harassment.
one-
That's innuendo.
No, he actually Steve Tyler said, I remember the song. It was like, suck on my big 10-inch. Baby.
There's a song now. It's a female artist. It's actually called "Fuck the Pain Away," and she says "sucking on my titties." So I mean that's.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that was from the old. I remember that from Lost in Translation.
That song
Sucking on my titties.
Yeah. Yeah. Sean plays that song.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, well, she's asking. She's asking.
There you go. Whatever.
Asking. That's not harassment, but when you insist.
Now,
That's
actually,
a harassment.
I'll let you.
And just because we're all sexual beings and stuff like that, someone doesn't make them more, like, obviously.
There's
and
my
this is
buddy
where
Jim.
you and I agree on probably 100%. Just because someone is more outward does not invite the behavior.
Now, I'll tell you what. I'll put this up to. I'll let you tell me if this is sexual harassment. A good friend of mine and I were playing. This is not this year, but this was a few years back. And a very nice-looking older lady comes and chucks the room key on the stage at the foot of the guy that I'm playing with.
Chucking a room key? I think that's a proposition.
That was a proposition.
That's a proposition. If you throw I think you're being presumptive. But if someone threw a room key like in front of you, it's like saying, this is your choice if you'd like. I think they're being outward. They're not saying anything. I don't think if you coerce someone, if there's a power imbalance or something like that is the thing. But if you would say, listen, I enjoy your thing. Here's my room number, blah, blah, blah. That's it. That's an invitation.
That's right. I don't think that's sexual harassment.
That's where you cut and dry.
That was pretty
cut and dry.
And actually, the best part of that was watching him turn red and try to come up with a quick one-liner so his wife wouldn't beat him.
Holy shit, that would be in. Wait. If he were, you don't need a one-liner go like that. Yeah, I'm in love with my wife. I appreciate it.
Wait. And a perfect example. Holly's trying to put this beer in here.
Yeah.
And she's shoving it in, and she goes, wait a minute. And I said, oh, it fits. And she goes, oh, yeah, tight fit.
Two women.
That's sexual harassment?
No, two women have that thing.
No.
You know, there's a whole sorts of things. There's that's what she said. I wrote this down.
With
that's
Holly,
what she
it's
said.
always harassment. Even if it's sexual, it's just harassment.
Is that a cell phone charger in your pocket? Or are you happy to see me? Maybe a cigar is a cigar. Maybe that's what she said. There's all these things.
Oh, I'm a big "that's what she said" person.
There you go.
Yeah, and exclusively male, no. Exclusively heterosexual, no. You know, it happens. It happens, and I'm sorry if it wasn't as funny, but there is a funny story, and has to do with sexual harassment. We can go over a minute or two, and to end the story on not this topic, one topic only, and we were going to talk a couple promos.
Yeah, we got a few promos.
This guy comes in today, and this is where the Keys bartender thing, and I see harassment go on all the time around
Constantly
here,
in
but this
bars.
is not harassment. This guy comes in, and he looks serious, and he says, I'm looking for Jerry. He repairs NCR registers. Okay? NCR, National Cash Register.
Right.
They've been in business for about 150 years. And I'm like, who the hell are you talking about?
Jerry.
No, hold on a second. I didn't know that. I'm friends with this guy, and there's an old Jerry sitting at the end of the bar. What I know of Jerry's a retired. He was a Marine during Korean War, and he dove with Jacques Cousteau, and he's a big diver and stuff like that. And then he's talking. Well, I went to the snappers looking for him. I suppose he's here, and he's a guy. He's a little older than me, and I go, Jerry, do you work on cash registers? And he goes, yeah. Don't you know that? I said, well, how the fuck would I know that you're a cash register guy? You do with Jacques Cousteau. The cash register thing is kind of like this on the bottom. But, yeah. And
well, you
then
probably make more money on that.
He says, I have like a 90-old, 100-year-old cash registers in a warehouse in Louisville, Kentucky. I said, why don't you sell those fucking things? What are you waiting, 20 years? You're 80 years old. What are you waiting for to appreciate it a little more? So that happened today, and I thought that was
funny.
crazy. You think you know people, and you don't really know them. And in that case, he didn't turn out to be harassing anybody at that time, so that's actually a good sign. We're going to thank Alisha and Cheryl.
Thank you, Alicia.
Obviously,
Cheryl.
We know you're a yoga instructor. You're a yoga instructor down here now, right?
Yeah, and a clinical mental health counselor. I actually just started at the children's shelter.
Are you doing
really?
the...
Okay.
Are you doing the stand-up paddleboard yoga, too?
No.
I did for a while.
Because
She's
that would
not
be
the one that
swimming
does
for
it.
me.
Yeah, I did.
No,
I
but-
did stand-up paddleboard yoga.
Were you
Sup
the
yoga.
instructor?
Yeah,
Or the-
I was up in Fort Myers. I actually know people down at Paddle, and I
What's her
would
name?
teach.
That's
Seychelles. She
Seychelles.
teaches, yeah.
No, I always love watching that, and I'm thinking that would just be swimming for me.
It's very therapeutic.
Was that a pun?
No.
Okay.
No, I'd be falling off
Because you'd
that
fall
damn
off the
thing.
board. You'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
swimming. Okay, Cheryl owns the Florida Keys Visitor Center, the yellow building. I remember that time.
Yes, the
Yes,
yellow
on the right-hand
building.
side.
First
If
one
you-
on the
He's
right.
getting better.
Yeah, and if you need a deal on
Hotels,
hotel rooms, dive
snorkeling,
boats, snorkeling,
Parasailing,
Yeah.
jet skiing, snorkeling, glass bottom boat. I
Boat
got it.
rentals,
S&M travel tours.
maybe not so much.
Not so much?
Maybe
Okay.
not that. I think we're sold out.
Dungeons.
Yeah.
We don't have dungeons down here because we don't have a
Sold
basement.
out of those two.
Oh, man.
Safe words.
If you have a basement down here, it's an indoor swimming pool.
Thai child brides.
You know, we
No.
did the last
No, okay.
one a month ago.
Speaking of that, I hate to make the transition from Thai child brides. We are collecting for Toys for Tots. Toys for Tots, United States Marine Corps.
Oh, yeah.
and
Forgot about
nationally. So wherever you are in the United States, there's a place near you collecting for Toys for Tots. Here in Key Largo, we are collecting at the Catch.
At the Catch.
And down here in the Keys, they're going to do the ride on the 16th.
Because
the
they're
last day to
collecting on
drop
the
off is the
17th.
15th. And the weirdest thing happened the other day. A little boy came in, and he comes up to me, a little black boy with his mom, and he goes, "Can I have this stuffed animal?" And I go, "Come back, I'll buy you one." You know, I can't. I mean, I couldn't give a
Yeah,
toy
for
from the
Toys for
Toys for
Tots.
Tots
Right,
basket.
yeah.
But I go, if you want one, you come back here. I will get you one. And he didn't. Yeah, he didn't come back, and we're like, oh. I said
okay.
it's for Christmas, and I said, well, you know, and I just wanted to give it. That's the hard part of this
Yeah,
job.
that is hard.
And also, we are still collecting for families in need for Irma relief. If you go to Key Largo, www.keylargorotary.org, and I think we had the spaghetti no balls thing, and next.
That's Friday night. This
Friday
Friday
night.
night,
This Friday
it's for
night
Marvelous Pet Rescue.
There's only a
It's-
couple.
Yep.
There's only a couple tickets.
Only a
I think
couple
it's gonna-
tickets left.
It's probably going to sell
I'll be
out.
there.
It's going to sell out.
Yeah, I'm going.
Where is it? What is
Okay.
it?
It's at
So Friday night, you're going to be there?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. It's
Folks,
at-
if you're in the Keys or you want to,
Snooks.
on Saturday, go to Monroe County Sheriff's Office and look at their
mugshot.
on mugshots and look for Cheryl Holt.
Yep, look for Cheryl.
Because then let's see what happens. How good a time. So, hey, Bill, and Bill, you're playing. Where are you playing?
Let's see. I got Thursday night, as always. I'll be at the Catch. Fantastic venue. Friday. We're at the Catch. Saturday.
Thursday and Friday?
I think we're here Friday.
I got to put
night
that
too.
in there. Okay, Thursday and Friday.
I'll check my schedule, make sure.
Okay.
And then Saturday we are at the Pilot House. We will have Cody James at the Key Billies at the Pilot House.
Okay.
With the glass
we're-
bottom
we're-
bar.
And you know what? Pretty soon we're going to start doing other episodes from different bars and venues and stuff like that.
We will be at other venues. Oh my!
Yeah, we were. Well, we're getting interest, so it's good. We did the Caribbean Club. We'll start moving south, going south of the border, and we're literally talking geography, not innuendo.
Oh, and there you go. And
Because
that's
Sexual
probably that could have been sexual
That's
harassment.
sexual
right
harassment.
I
there.
was not
Right
talking
there.
about somebody.
That
could
I
have
said
been
I'm
sexual
going south of
harassment
the
right
border.
there.
I didn't say with who.
But you were looking
I'm
at
doing it
her
with my
and
partner.
wagging
I
I
want
want
you
her
to debrief with
because
your
I'm
HR
talking to
department
you.
after this.
I'm talking to.
I'm the HR department. You're not going to get far.
Hey, you know what? I think HR departments should not be inside this. We'll talk about that. No, we're not going to
I'm
talk
kidding.
about
Yeah, I am
But
the
HR
HR
departments should
department.
not be and reside inside their own companies. I think they should be outside. That'd probably work a little better.
Yeah.
You know?
Good point.
Yeah. Okay, this is Jim the Keys bartender. I'd like to thank everyone that came in here. Darren for the Mechanoboids. Daryl. We drink during the show. I apologize. Alicia, Cheryl.
Doesn't matter
and,
if he drinks
Bill
or not,
Wissinger.
he
This
still
is
can't
Jim the
remember your
Keys
name.
bartender. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much. We
No,
do
thank you.
appreciate all you listening.
We do appreciate everything. Bye.
you'll do it right to grow the best garden you can. Lowe's does it right, too, with savings on Miracle Grow potting mix with fertilizer to help you get growing. And grow plants twice as big versus unfed plants. Pick up a 50-quart bag now for just $10. Plus, get Bonnie 2.32-quart vegetables and herbs, 3 for $10. For a garden that's worthy of showing off, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid through 6/5 while supplies last. U.S. only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
After a long day of being pulled in every direction, the last thing anyone wants to think about is what's for dinner. That's where Schwann's can help, with a variety of real food choices, frozen to lock in freshness. From ready-made meals, premium meats and side dishes, to vegetables, ice cream, and more. Schwann's foods go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours, so you can pull off a delicious meal in no time at all. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. To help simplify mealtime, visit schwanns.com.